What if I told you? You've been talking to the universe your entire life, and it's been answering back every single time. Not through words, through results, through coincidences, through repeating patterns that feel random, but aren't. Sounds crazy, right? It's not. Modern physics, ancient texts, and buried spiritual systems all agree. Your thoughts aren't just thoughts. They're frequency commands, instructions to the universe. And here's the kicker. 99% of people are sending those instructions wrong. They think they're manifesting, but they're actually broadcasting fear, doubt, and limitation on loop. They speak about what they want, but their energy is voting for the opposite. And the universe? It doesn't respond to begging. It responds to resonance. But today, you break the loop. Because in the next few minutes, you're going to learn how to send a signal the universe can't ignore. And once you do, reality bends, timing shifts, and the world starts speaking back, loud and clear. Your attention is not innocent, it's not passive, it's not harmless, it's a weapon, and right now it's probably turned on you. Every time you spiral into worst-case scenarios, every time you mentally re-watch that breakup, that failure, that one moment you still cringe at, you're not remembering, you're reloading. You are feeding energy into a blueprint that the universe assumes you want more of. Why? Because you're looking at it, and looking equals building. Still think overthinking is just anxiety. Your attention isn't awareness, it's permission. What you stare at multiplies, not because of magic, because of mechanics. The universe is a blind engine. It doesn't read your intentions, it reads your signal. And signal, kassen, what you obsess over, scroll past, rehearse in your head, or chase in secret. Here's what no one warns you about. Every angry message you read, every doom scroll you justify as staying informed, every silent rant you run through on loop in the shower, you're voting, not with words, but with focus. And focus is the currency of creation. It's your energy worth millions. But what are you funding with it? If your life feels rigged, repetitive, heavy, it is, because your attention has been hijacked by algorithms, trauma, guilt, distraction. You don't need motivation, you need control. That's the shift. That's where power begins. Not in positive thinking, but in precision targeting. Laser your focus on what you want, not out of desperation, but as a command. Because when you fixate with emotion, you're not visualizing, you're coding reality, and you've already been doing it, just backwards. And every time you say, I'll be, the universe hears, I'm not. I'll be happy when, I'm not happy now. I'm going to be successful. I'm not successful yet. You're not manifesting the future, you're broadcasting the absence of it. And the universe, with perfect obedience, gives you more of that absence. Here's the trick they don't want you catching on to. The universe doesn't do tomorrow, it only understands now. And if your vibration says, not yet, that's exactly where you stay, forever loading. This is where dreams rot, in the language of almost. Your words say someday. Your energy screams never. If you don't feel it now, you don't get it later. Period. Because the signal isn't what you say, it's what you embody. And if your body's radiating anxiety, if your chest tightens every time you visualize the life you want, you're sending a clear message. This is not safe. This is not mine. And the universe listens. So stop begging. Start becoming. Feel the money in your palm. Feel the keys to the house in your hand. Feel the person who loves you looking straight into your eyes. Not later, not one day. Now, right here, in the nervous system, in the cells, in the breath. Because when you feel it as real, you start acting like it's real. You start choosing like it's real. And that's when the universe goes, oh, this is the reality now. Here's an example. Neville Goddard lived this before. He's in New York, dead broke. No money. No way to get home to Barbados for Christmas. He tells his mentor, "I want to go, but I can't afford it." And Abdullah, his teacher, looks him in the eye and says, "You're already in Barbados," then walks away. Most people would call that delusional, but Neville immediately got it, so he did what he was told. He imagined it, fell asleep every night hearing ocean waves, feeling island air, already there. But weeks passed, nothing happened. Still, every night he stepped into it. He didn't beg, he didn't hope. He imagined what it felt like to be home, to walk those streets, feel that warmth. And then he slept, in Barbados. Not physically, but mentally, emotionally, vibrationally. Weeks later, boom, his brother sends him a ticket. A check shows up from work. He's on a ship heading home for Christmas, exactly as imagined. Why? Because he got into state first. He installed the outcome before it existed. That's power. That's alignment. And that's what happens when you stop waiting and start living from the result. You do that consistently. The universe doesn't react. It executes. Because once your body believes it's real, reality has no choice but to catch up. But if you are still saying, "one day," then one day is all you'll ever have. But most people aren't living. They're running scripts, autopilot, loops they never wrote, never questioned, never stopped to decode. You wake up, scroll, stress, repeat, and you call it free will. But 95% of what you think today, you already thought yesterday. That means that you don't even own your thoughts. And that's the most dangerous place a human can be. And here's the lie no one told you. Life isn't a story, it's a game. And most people never learn the rules. They just respond, react, like NPCs following the nearest sound cue. Meanwhile, the ones who watch their thoughts, who question the pattern, zoom out, shift perspective, they start bending the board. Because awareness isn't passive, it's a cheat code. You want power? You need map awareness. Not just of your habits, but of the system you're inside. Start noticing the triggers that hijack your day. The thought loops that always show up at 11 p.m. The emotional bait you keep swallowing like it's truth. That's the real work. Pattern hunting. Because until you spot the loops, you are the loops. Ever felt like life keeps testing you the same way? Same partners, same problems, same almosts? That's not coincidence. That's code. And it keeps executing until you break it with conscious interruption. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your reality is procedurally generated by your awareness level. What you're not conscious of owns you. What you observe, you can alter. So watch. Watch everything. Zoom out. Interrupt the autopilot. Ask, who told me this was true? Whose voice is that in my head? Is this belief even mine? Because the moment you start asking, the simulation glitches. And when it glitches, you get to rewrite it. Let's get one thing straight. This isn't just about thoughts and energy. It's about discipline. Your vibration isn't a mood, it's a strategy. And if you're trashing your body, drowning your brain in noise, sitting inside like a lab rat waiting for miracles, you're not manifesting, you're decaying. You want the universe to treat you like $1,000,000. Start acting like it. Fuel matters. Movement matters. Nature matters. Your mind is a frequency tower, but your body is the power source. Your brain runs on electricity. But where do you think that charge comes from? From food that grew under the same sun that powers this solar system. Eat dead junk. Live like a ghost. Eat what grows, what breathes, what roots into earth. And your clarity explodes. Fruit, greens, seeds, water, real water, not that poisoned plastic nonsense. These aren't diet tips, they're signal enhancers. Lift heavy things, move your body, your bones need it. You weren't born to be soft and sedentary, scrolling your spine into a J-curve. Move iron. Feel your blood scream a little. That tension? That's what tells the universe you're awake. And when you wake up, don't touch your phone. Don't feed your mind garbage before you feed it purpose. Get outside, barefoot if you can. Look at the damn sun. Let your skin download the sky. You're not separate from nature, you're a node in the grid. Take 5 minutes and feed the animals. Put some old bread out for the birds. Respect the system. The more you give to the field, the more the field gives to you. That's the law of circulation. Turn off the news. Turn off anyone who profits from your panic. You think you're staying informed? Number, you're staying programmable and losing your energy on it. Instead, start feeding your soul. Journal every single day. Track your wins, not your wounds. Write down what's working, what you're grateful for, what you're claiming. Forget what didn't happen last year. If you give energy to your past, you forfeit your future. You don't get both. Forgive yourself. You didn't know what you didn't know. But now you do. So move, act, live in your damn authenticity. Buy yourself something beautiful, without guilt. Eat at the expensive place you picked. Book the vacation you always wanted, and mean it. Stop hoarding your joy like it's going to expire. This universe responds to people who walk like they belong here. And the universe is abundant. There is enough joy, food, money, for everyone. But that's what they don't want you to know. So expect miracles, but meet them halfway. Smile at strangers. Do one act of kindness daily. Not for virtue points, for vibration. Because generosity isn't charity, it's synchronization. And you are here to sync with something higher. But that won't happen while you hide inside, complaining, waiting. Get outside. Feel the air on your face. Speak your dreams out loud. Don't whisper them. Speak them like you own them. Because the second you align your body, your choices, and your attitude, the universe starts listening louder, and you will start seeing your desires in real life. But let's cut the noise. Your emotions aren't random, they're data. They're your inner GPS screaming, turn left, stop chasing that, this path's dead. Most people ignore their gut because it's inconvenient. They follow logic, ego, obligation, and then wonder why everything feels wrong. But here's the cheat code. What feels good is the path, not the superficial, sugary high. I'm talking resonance, that full body yes. That sense of, this is mine, before the mind talks you out of it. Your emotions are not drama, they're direction. If it lights you up, move toward it. If it drains you, cut it out. Stop negotiating with what you already know is misaligned, because every time you betray what feels right, you delay your life. And the universe stops sending signs. When it knows, you'll ignore them. So here's what to look for. Joy means yes. Tension means no. Peace means proceed. Anxiety means examine. Your nervous system knows before your brain finishes the sentence, but you're too busy arguing with your intuition to hear the message. Start small. Next time you meet someone, ask yourself, do I feel expanded or do I shrink? Next time you get an offer, tune in. Does this feel light or heavy? You don't need a spreadsheet, you need honesty. And here's the part most people skip. You need to act on it. You don't get credit for feeling it. You get transformation when you move in the direction of that feeling. That job you hate, that friend who drains you, they're not going to fix themselves. Cut, walk, pivot. Because if you don't act, the signal dies. And when the signal dies, you fall back into the fog. Same cycles, same symptoms, no growth, just guilt. So here's your test. Can you trust your gut louder than you trust your fear? If yes, keep going. If no, that's why you're stuck. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a 30-day protocol, just real things to do every day. To get your energy back online, your clarity back in place, and your frequency tuned so sharp. The universe has no choice but to respond, but only if you stay awake long enough to earn it. You've been told to raise your vibration, but no one ever told you how to command it. They handed you crystals and playlists, said, trust the universe. That's not enough. You don't attract higher realities by vibing. You attract them by wiring your body as a conduit for information. Because here's the truth. The universe speaks through frequency, and you are the receiver. Nikola Tesla said it blunt. If you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Not feelings, not faith, frequency. And guess what? Your nervous system is a transmitter. Your brain, an electrical grid. Your cells, tiny antennas made of salt and water. So if you're fried, fogged, or numbed out from processed food, zero sunlight, and TikTok dopamine loops, you can't receive. You want downloads from the universe. Real messages, clarity, and vision. Here's the full method. 1. Clear the static. The mind must be emptied to receive. Silence isn't a luxury, it's signal space. Einstein once said his best ideas came not from thinking, but from non-thinking. Call it silence, meditation, prayer. He was tuning into the field. Sit alone, eyes closed, nothing playing. 15 minutes. Breathe. Don't seek. Just allow. You'll start to hear the subtle channel. That's where the voice comes in. 2. Sun equals data. Every ancient civilization knew this. Egyptians worshipped the sun as the literal transmitter of divine knowledge. Today's science backs it. Sunlight boosts mitochondria, the batteries of your cells. It regulates serotonin, melatonin, and circadian clarity. Your pineal gland, the so-called seat of the soul, is light sensitive. So get outside in the first hour of the day. Look toward the sun. Eyes relaxed, never forced. You're not just getting light, you're downloading calibration. 3. Breath is voltage. Wim Hof, the Iceman, shocked scientists when he changed his immune response through breathing alone. He proved it. You can regulate your chemistry with breath. Slow nasal breathing equals coherence. Coherence equals clearer signal. Before you meditate, do this. Inhale 4 counts. Hold 7. Exhale 8. Repeat until your nervous system softens. That's when the antenna activates. 4. Eat light, receive light. This is physics, not diet culture. Food carries frequency. You want downloads? Then stop eating things that were made by machines under fluorescent lights. Your body's energy field sharpens with living food. Leafy greens, sun-ripened fruit, wild herbs, mineral-rich water. 5. Protect your field like sacred tech. Rudolf Steiner, the clairvoyant philosopher, said, "Every human being is a receiver and transmitter of spiritual reality. But that signal degrades if your field is leaking. Arguments, doom-scrolling, low-energy environments, they fracture your coherence, so cut the noise, unfollow chaos, and treat your energy like a frequency fortress." 6. Receive, record, respond. The moment you feel the download, whether it's a flash, a word, a picture, a shiver, capture it. Keep a signal log. Write what you received, how it felt, what action you'll take. Act on even the smallest part, because action equals affirmation. The universe doesn't reward curiosity, it rewards follow-through. And once you build that trust loop, the downloads get bigger, sharper, faster, sometimes before you even ask. This isn't magic, it's physics. A clean signal, a strong field, a receptive vessel. You earn the right to know more by taking care of the body that listens. So you want more guidance from the universe? Here's how you make it happen. Clean your vessel, power your antenna, remove noise, send clear commands, then shut up and receive. And if you dare to act on what you're given, that's when the transmissions never stop. Here's the brutal truth. If your subconscious doesn't change, nothing else sticks. You can eat clean, sun gaze, meditate with the ancestors. But if your inner script still says, "I'm not enough," you'll override every miracle the universe tries to give you. Self-sabotage isn't a character flaw, it's outdated code. And unless you rewrite it, you'll keep rebuilding the same prison with prettier furniture. Let's get surgical. The subconscious doesn't care about your goals. It runs on repetition, emotion, and proof. It's the operating system. It's been writing your reality since childhood, without your permission. But here's the power move. You can hijack it back. 1. Affirmations alone won't save you. Anyone can chant, "I am wealthy," 500 times. But if your chest tightens when you say it, you're lying to your body. And the subconscious knows. So what do? You pair the affirmation with action. Say, "I am powerful." Then do one small thing that proves it. Even if it's as simple as saying no, setting a boundary, or showing up on time. You start building internal proof. The subconscious eats evidence, not hype. 2. Catch the auto scripts. Every time you flinch at praise, every time you say, "I'm just tired," when you're actually afraid, every time you hesitate to charge your worth or speak your need, that's the program. You don't fix what you don't observe. So start tracking. Keep a daily log of sabotage moments. Call them out in real time. Interrupt them with a breath and a better choice. Each interruption is a neural override. 3. Rewrite under trance. Science confirms this. The brain is most programmable in theta state, that dreamlike frequency between waking and sleep. This is when kids absorb everything. And it's still accessible if you're intentional. So here's the method. Right before sleep, and again just after waking, play your own voice reading affirmations that feel like truth plus 10%. Not, "I'm a billionaire," but "every day I attract wealth with more ease." Slight stretch, zero resistance. The subconscious accepts it as plausible, and plausible grows into possible. 4. Visualize as rehearsal, not fantasy. Dr. Joe Dispenza didn't make this up. Harvard studies show that mental rehearsal, done with emotion, creates the same neural imprint as the real experience. That means visualizing success with feeling wires your brain to expect it. Expectation becomes familiarity. Familiarity becomes identity. So visualize with your senses online. Don't just see the scene. Hear the applause, feel the chair under you, taste the champagne, smell the ocean air. Make the moment so real, your body thinks it's already happened. Then go to bed. Let your subconscious do the uploading. 5. Close the loop with journaling. You're not just reprogramming, you're documenting evidence of the new self. Each night, write, "What thought I caught today? What action I changed? What felt different? What I'm calling in tomorrow?" This is command line input. You're not hoping, you're installing. And here's the final switch. Stop dragging your past into the present. If you replay that betrayal, that mistake, that shame, you are feeding the very code you claim to outgrow. You don't owe your past a damn thing. Your future is expensive. Stop mortgaging it to pay off a wound that already expired. Forgive yourself. Not for closure, for clearance. Because until you clear the old identity, there is no room for the one you're building. And when the subconscious finally aligns with your conscious will, that's when reality updates itself, without push, without hustle. Like gravity, effortless, inescapable, instant. Everything you've learned up to now, it only works if you apply it, daily, without compromise. Rewiring reality is not a vibe. It's a discipline, a signal. And that signal must be clear, constant, and costly. Costly in comfort, costly in excuses. And once you raise your energy vibration and get an answer back from the universe, reality doesn't just shift, it rearranges itself around you. You walk into a coffee shop and hear the exact conversation that solves a problem you've been stressing over for weeks. You think about a goal you set years ago, and suddenly, Someone brings it up in a random conversation. You decide to stop chasing, and what you wanted shows up when you're not even looking. You start getting yes from places that used to ghost you. That job that ignored your resume, they circle back. That pitch you thought flopped. Suddenly they're interested. You find yourself on calls, in rooms, in opportunities that used to feel out of reach. Now they feel obvious. The right people show up out of nowhere. You meet someone at an event you almost didn't attend, and that connection changes everything. You bump into a former classmate who's now working exactly where you wanted to be. And they say, "Funny you reached out. We were just opening up a role like that." You start feeling safer spending money. Not because you have enough, but because the lack mindset left your system. You buy the better food, you book the trip, you invest in yourself, and money keeps showing up to match the new identity. Your body shifts, not because of a new workout plan, but because stress leaves, alignment returns, and your nervous system relaxes for the first time in years. Suddenly your skin clears. You crave better food. You walk taller. People start asking, "Did you do something different?" You start running into divine timing again and again. The podcast that solves your doubt hits autoplay. The book falls off the shelf. You get stuck in traffic and miss an accident you would have been in. You delay a meeting. Turns out they were going to cancel anyway. You start trusting interruptions instead of resenting them, because the pattern becomes undeniable. It feels like the universe is having a conversation with you in real time. Because it is. You stop feeling like life is random, reactive, chaotic. Instead, it feels like a dialogue. Like life is saying, "Now that you're clear, I can move faster." Your days become smoother. You feel guided. You get little chills more often. You know when to text someone, and they say, "I was literally just thinking of you." You feel a pull to go a different route home, and you meet someone on that path. You follow a weird instinct to post that one idea, and it blows up. Your intuition gets louder, your fear gets quieter, the world gets clearer. And not because everything outside changed, but because you changed first. Your signal cleaned up, your channel opened, and now you're broadcasting a new command. Not a hope, not a wish, a frequency. And the universe has no choice but to respond, not emotionally, energetically, mechanically, reliably. This is when people start calling you lucky. They say everything just works out for you. And you smile, because you know the truth. You didn't get lucky. You got aligned. You started speaking fluently in a language most people don't know exists. State, emotion, intention, embodiment. And now that you're fluent, reality listens. Reality delivers, and it doesn't take its time. It moves fast. It rushes to meet the frequency you hold. So here's your 30-day protocol if you want to reach these goals. If you do this, fully, no shortcuts, you'll burn the old version of you to ash. And from that ash, something magnetic rises. Daily practices. No excuses, no breaks. 30 days straight. 1. Sun plus. Silence. First hour after waking. No phone, no noise, no drama. Get outside. Let sunlight hit your face, your skin, your pineal. Sit in silence for 10 minutes. Breathe. Let thoughts come. Do not chase them. This is reception time. You're not doing, you're tuning. 2. Nourish the signal. Eat life-based food. Fruit, greens, minerals. Nothing processed. Nothing fake. Hydrate. Add minerals or sea salt if your water is dead. You are rebuilding your field from the inside out. What you consume becomes your command. 3. Move like you mean it. Lift weights or move your body. Even 15 minutes. This isn't aesthetics. It's signal integrity. Motion equals activation. Stillness equals stagnation. Your spine is an antenna. Treat it like one. 4. Protect the frequency. No news, no gossip, No content that triggers fear, shame, or helplessness. Set boundaries. Say no like it's a prayer. You're not rude. You're unavailable to noise. 5. Practice 1 act of kindness. Tip extra. Compliment someone. Feed birds. Give food to strays. Kindness isn't moral. It's energetic. You give in to the field. The field gives back. Without delay. 6. Declare the future. Affirm plus act. Speak your core affirmation aloud. Example: I am the kind of person success has no choice but to follow. Then take 1 aligned action. 1. Daily. Even if tiny. Thought plus emotion plus movement equals command sequence. 7. Journal your proof. End your day with reflection. What did I shift today? What did I receive? Where did I lead instead of follow? What evidence did I create for the new me? This is not cute. This is evidence logging. Your subconscious reads this and adjusts future settings. What to kill for 30 days. Pity loops, doom scrolling, self-deprecating jokes, hanging with people who drain your field, tolerating environments that insult your nervous system, talking about the past like it's still alive, mourn it once, then burn it, because your future is allergic to old stories. What to expect during the 30 days. By day 10, you'll start feeling pressure. That's the old signal dying. By day 15, you'll start hearing things, ideas, intuition, clarity. By day 21, you'll catch yourself saying no to what you used to chase. By day 30, you'll look in the mirror and see someone else. Not a new you, the real you. Finally unmuted. This is not a detox, this is a field recalibration. The universe has been waiting on your consistency, not your perfection, not your passion, just your signal fidelity. Do this for 30 days and you'll never need another motivation video again. You won't be looking for signs. You'll be the sign. And the universe? It only answers those who show they're serious. And it answers like this. Reality will bend in your favor. You made it. Here's the last truth. The universe doesn't reward tourists. It rewards settlers, builders, commanders. People who plant their flag, burn the map and say, "This is who I am now." Most people visit their power like it's a vacation. They meditate once, get chills, then run back to chaos. They script one night. Expect a miracle by morning. But power doesn't respond to visitors. It responds to residents, to people who decide, this is my new address, this is my new frequency, and I'm not going back. You're not allowed to speak lack and expect wealth. You're not allowed to radiate fear and expect safety. The universe isn't fooled by words. It reads alignment. So the question is this: will you live here in this energy? Or were you just passing through? If you're serious, then everything starts changing now. Not tomorrow. Not after one more book or another retreat. Now, the way you breathe, the way you walk into a room, the way you answer the next text, the way you spend the next hour, the way you look at your reflection tonight and say, that's the one, that's the version I'm building, that's who gets to win now. Every choice from here on either locks that in or tells the universe you're bluffing. And if you made it to the end of this video, you're not bluffing, so go. Use the 30-day protocol. Live like the version of you that the universe cannot ignore. You've done the theory. Now you move like it's law, because it is. Now let's learn to control energy with your hands. You believe the universe listens. You've felt the shifts, you've seen the signs, but now you learn to command energy in your body, like a signal, like a tool. Because energy isn't just something you send out. It's something you can feel, shape, and focus. And yes, you can train this. Like a muscle, like breath, like precision. Practice 1. The energy ball. Rub your hands together fast. Not like you're cold, like you're charging something up. Create friction and heat for 10 to 15 seconds. Pull them apart slowly, about 6 inches. Close your eyes. Focus on sensation. Move them slightly together, then apart again, like compressing and releasing a spring. You'll feel it. Resistance, magnetic pull, tingling, heat. That's energy. Yours. It's always there. You just never tuned in. Do this for 2 minutes a day. The feeling gets stronger, sharper, real. Practice 2, charge and direct. Now that you can feel it, you can send it. Rub your hands again. Build that charge. Place them above a part of your body that needs healing, strength, or clarity. Your heart, head, gut. Send. Imagine the energy from your palms flowing into that area like light, heat, or current. Breathe slow and deep. Intend that space to clear, restore, activate. You are not healing yourself. You're reminding yourself what alignment feels like, bringing energy where your system forgot to flow. Practice 3, broadcast with gesture. Use your hands to amplify your intention. When you speak out loud, add your hands, intentionally. Stretch arms to the sky when claiming, hand on your chest when deciding, point when directing. Clench your fist to seal it. Your hands are not just flesh, they are antennas. You've used them unconsciously your whole life. Now use them with power. Say, I receive. Stretch wide. I command. Palm out. I am. Hand on solar plexus. Try this for 1 day. Feel the difference. Embodied energy is louder. And the universe hears volume. You don't need candles. You don't need crystals. You need sensation plus intention plus repetition. The more you use your hands, the more sensitive you become to what's already moving inside you. The field sharpens, the feedback loop strengthens, and eventually, you don't just feel energy, you send it into rooms, into relationships, into results. Because here's what they never taught you. You are the generator. You are the transmitter. Your body is the interface between thought and reality. If this shook something in you, like, subscribe, and drop "I'm locking energy in the comments to declare this shift out loud. If you want to go deeper, I send out a free newsletter. Subscribe if it feels right. No more waiting. And when you're ready to keep going, check out the next video on the channel, how to control energy and raise your vibration. Step by step. No BS, real tools. You're the frequency now. Let the universe respond. We're done here. Let the new world begin. And one more thing. Before you go, thank you. This channel just passed 500,000 subscribers, 500,000. That number doesn't feel real. But the people behind it, you do. It's been 1 year since this channel went live. 1 year of clarity, breakthroughs, and rewiring. I'm curious. What's one thing you've learned or experienced since joining this space? Drop it in the comments. Someone else might need to hear it. Or if it's something personal, email it to me. I read what you send. Sometimes I respond. Sometimes we end up in real conversations. Either way, thank you for being here.